What if the biggest reason you're not wealthy has nothing to do with how much money you make? Because some people start with nothing, get rejected, fail repeatedly, and still somehow build a completely different life. Meanwhile, someone else can earn more money every year and somehow remain trapped in the exact same financial position. The difference is often psychological. Before some people ever become wealthy, they develop 5 mental habits that make escaping financial struggle almost inevitable. 1, they become addicted to the future, not the present. Most people want the reward before they've earned the result. They see something they want, and their brain immediately says, "I deserve it." But people who build wealth learn to reverse that instinct. They can watch someone else upgrade their car while they keep driving the old one. They can live below their means while their income grows. They can sacrifice looking successful today to become financially free tomorrow. The ability to delay pleasure is basically the ability to choose your future over your feelings. 2, they refuse to make poverty part of their identity. This is where things get dangerous. If you constantly think, "I'm broke, I'm unlucky, rich people are different from me," your brain doesn't just hear those words, it starts building decisions around them. You stop applying for better opportunities. You stop learning skills that could change your income. You stop expecting more from yourself. People who escape that cycle make a psychological separation. They don't say, "I'm poor." They say, "I'm currently broke." That tiny difference matters. One sounds like an identity. The other sounds like a problem that can be solved. 3, they stop obeying every emotion they feel. Fear says, "Don't risk it." Embarrassment says, "People will laugh." Failure says, "Maybe you're not capable." And envy whispers, "Look how far everyone else is ahead." Most people listen. People who eventually build wealth learn to notice the emotion without allowing it to make the decision. They can lose money without becoming reckless, get rejected without disappearing, fail without turning failure into an identity. Because if your emotions control your actions, your worst day can destroy months of progress. 4, they learn to survive uncertainty. This might be one of the biggest differences. The brain loves certainty. A predictable paycheck feels safer than learning a new skill. Staying in a familiar situation feels safer than starting from scratch. But building something valuable often means entering territory where you don't know what happens next. No guarantee you'll succeed. No guarantee anyone will notice. No guarantee the first attempt will work. People who rise financially become comfortable with that uncomfortable feeling. They don't need certainty before they move. They move, learn, adjust, and let certainty come later. 5, they become obsessed with becoming valuable. This is where everything changes. A struggling person can spend years asking, "How do I get more money?" A smarter question is, "What can I become so good at that money has a reason to find me?" They stop chasing the appearance of success and start building skills, knowledge, relationships, and things that solve real problems. Because looking valuable and actually being valuable are 2 completely different games. And now go back to the question I asked at the beginning. Why can someone start with almost nothing and completely transform their financial life? Maybe it's not because they were born luckier. Maybe they simply trained their mind to tolerate what most people can't. Delayed rewards, uncertainty, rejection, failure, and being underestimated. And that creates a frightening realization. Sometimes the life you want is not being blocked by a lack of opportunity. It's being blocked by the version of you that keeps choosing what feels good today over what could change your entire life tomorrow. If you want to understand the psychology behind money, success, and the hidden decisions controlling your financial future, subscribe.
Because once you understand how your mind handles money, you'll realize something most people discover far too late. Your bank account is often a reflection of decisions your mind made long before the money arrived.